Hey ladies, welcome back to Fierce Aging. We are so excited to have our new set and to share it with you. Today, we are going to be featuring my mother. She's 76 years young, and she was featured back in 2019 on my series when I actually started the series. I started in March of 2019. I featured 4 women in the decades of 50, 60, 70s, and 80s. Since then, we've had women from all over the world on my channel. We even had a woman that was 101, and it's been so exciting. This really fires me up, and I'm so excited to share my mom's beauty with you today. We're still working out the kinks. There's a lot of things that aren't really working as we expected, but bear with us. We are going to be featuring this series every week, and we can't wait to meet you. So ladies, are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. So what I'm going to do is going to prep my mother's skin first. I'm just going to use, to make it easy, my micellar water, and I'm going to use this all over the face. Next, I'm going to use a really light emulsion. This is from La Mer. It's the Hydrating Infused Emulsion. I'm just going to use this to just give her that nice hydration, but not weighting down the skin. What's really important is you want to hydrate the skin, prep the skin properly so your makeup goes on really nice and smooth. It doesn't catch, it doesn't grab onto dry spots. So this is a really important part for mature women to really get that skin hydrated and prepped. How does your skin feel?
Feels really good. The water is just for moisturizer, and this is, what is this exactly?
So the micellar water is going to just cleanse any kind of residue, anything off your skin that you didn't get with your cleanser. And then this is a emulsion. It's like a milk. So it's just going to really hydrate, but it's light. So you don't feel like it's very heavy on the skin. Gives you a nice dewy look.
Oh, it felt nice.
Next, I'm going to take the La Mer Eye Concentrate, and this is going to prep the eyes to make sure that we have this very delicate eye area nice and hydrated. So what I wanted to try, this was an experiment we tried recently where I used face tape on my mother just to see what it would do, and we actually really liked the results. So we thought we would try it today. I'm going to just take alcohol pad just on the very end of her temples to see about just lifting the jaw a little bit here and kind of giving her more confidence. So this is a natural facelift. We thought it was very fun and exciting, so we wanted to try it with you today. So I'm going to just let that dry, and we are going to take the tape and we're going to just go right at the end of the temples here above the ear. And then this is an elastic piece that pulls around, and it's going to just lift the face. So it's going to feel nice and lifted. And then at night, after an event, a wedding, you can take it off and you can be back to normal. So it's kind of like your little secret. It's like a Hollywood little secret that they've been doing forever. So you can see how subtle this is. Right here, we just want to work with a little bit of this jawline here. And then we bring it around the head, take off the other adhesive. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels good.
So we have the tape on the sides of the face here, just giving us a subtle lift. It's really nice. You don't feel like it's too tight, right?
No.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to put down the hair a little bit over this tape here. So you don't see it, it conceals it. Also, my mom has had her hair in the Velcro curlers for some time now. So we want the hair just to relax a little bit while we're working and make sure that this little elastic doesn't get caught on any of the hair. What I'm going to do is keep the 2 Velcro curlers away from her face, and then we're going to go right into eye primer. So one of my first steps that I do when I'm doing makeup for myself or anybody is to do the eyes. And this is an eye primer that's going to neutralize out your eyes. It's going to prepare it for your eyeshadow, so it's going to last and be true and just really have a nice application. Do you love using your eye primer, or do you not use an eye primer?
I use an eye primer always.
Keep my eyes closed.
It's the first time my eyeshadow stayed in place with this one, with this eye primer.
With this eye primer? Yeah, because you weren't using one before.
No, and then you got all the makeup in your creases. This is perfect.
So you can see on my mom that she does have very fair skin. So you're going to see the blue veins. You're going to see a little bit of purple down at the base near her lash line. And this really is a nice veil of color that's going to help her just neutralize out. As you can see, this is where she has the purples and then some kind of blues and discoloration. This is just a very thin. You don't need a lot. I'm using our concealer brush that has the lip brush on the other end. It's retractable. So we're just going to do this eye the same way. All right, so the eye primer is on, setting this up beautifully for our eyeshadow. Now I'm going to do the brows. This is my favorite part. I want to bring the face together and structure it out before I get into color. So I have two different brow pencils. I have my skinny brow pencil in dark blonde, and I have my skinny brow pencil in soft gray. This is such a great opportunity for you to see how you can do an ombre brow. My mom has silver hair, but she has dark brows, and she does have a couple little grays coming out, not too many, but we really need to structure this brow, and it's not going to be just blonde and it's not going to be just gray. I want to give her this very natural structured brow, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to take the dark blonde. Now, if you need help with your brows and you don't know how to shape them or you don't know how to structure them, I do have our brow stencils that came back into stock. And these are custom brow stencils that I created for you. I actually created these shapes based off of the fact that I was doing brows every single day in my studio. So we have a slim arch, a classic arch, a full arch, and a bold arch. So you can use this template and you can put it on your brow and just fill in. So it'll help you when you don't know where to structure your brows. You have a little guide. And then once you really get great at doing your brows, you might not need the guide anymore, but it really helps to give you that kind of pinpoint the areas that you need to concentrate on. So what I'm going to do is, you can see my mom has hair that's right here, and then she does have hair here, but it's very light. So what I want to do is I want to give her this natural brow that continues. I'm just following her natural hair. So we're going to see with this dark blonde, if we want to add in a little bit more of that soft gray to give her that dimension that she needs. So what I like to do also is take the spoolie on the other end. If you feel like you've got too much color in one area, just disperse it by going like this. You're just combing through the brow. So you can see how nice and soft it gets. Again, it's a light application. You don't have to go too hard on the brow. And then you're going to go to the end of the eye. Right about here is where she should naturally end. I'm bringing the brow out though. I'm not bringing it down. Just to recap, where you start, you can put the pencil on the corner of the nose. Straight up is where you're supposed to start. The ball of your nose over the iris. Right here is where you arch according to your bone structure. And then corner of the nose, corner of the eye, you would finish about right here. I like to go a tiny bit shorter so we're not bringing down, dragging down the brow. So I'm going to just fill in this brow just like I did the other one. So I just did the dark blonde for her eyebrows, shaping them out, making them look natural, having them extend. So you'll see that she has darker hair here, and then it's this dark blonde. I don't want to have that definitive dark brow and then a lighter brow where there is really no hair. So that's where I take the soft gray, and it's all about your technique and your application of giving those like little wispy strokes. It's going to come all together. So you can see how dark this is. And then you have this kind of dark blonde. I'm going to just stream through these brows here and then continue it just so it looks like that dark hair continues through the brow. It doesn't have to be dark. I'm not making a template and coloring it all in. I'm just giving soft strokes so it will continue to look more natural. And just remember, ladies, there's no makeup on. My mom's very fair. So of course the brows are going to be like, oh, whoa, I don't know. You have to trust the process. Again, this is going to all come together, but we have to define her brows. They're basically the framework of her face. And if we forget about them, or if we're too light, or if we don't go for it, we're going to be unbalanced. So now we're going to go in with our beautiful Fresh Beauty eyeshadow palette. I'm using our Essential Makeup Brush Kit. I created this brush kit for you because this is all you need. You don't need a ton of brushes. This is just a very simple, travel-friendly brush kit, 100% vegan. And I'm going to be using the eyeshadow brush and a couple other ones to create this look. I also have all of the names of the brushes on the handle, so you never will have to guess and forget which ones go where. I know that helps you a lot with your brushes.
Oh, definitely.
Do you forget sometimes on what brushes for what?
Yes, all the time.
So I'm going to be using the shadow brush. I'm going to use the middle color here. And I thought that this would really look beautiful with my mom's complexion. Did we ever use Fresh Beauty before on you? We did.
I don't think so.
We did Bottle Blonde. We did Sweet Carol. I don't think we did.
No.
So I'm going to just load up the brush with the middle color. We're going to sweep across. Now, this is a sheen, very soft, beautiful sheen for the eye. It is not a matte shadow. So I do like to pop the eyes for mature women with a little bit of life. It doesn't have to be matte and flat. There's nothing wrong with matte shadows. But when we want to bring a little life to the eyes, we're going to just do a nice little wash of a beautiful color like this. So I'm going to take the darkest color. I started a little bit on that left eye, and I'm using my tapered blending brush. I'm just going to give a nice, beautiful wash of color. You can see I started in this kind of like this V, but I'm just pulling it through so it really nicely blends. And then we can take the blending brush and just go over it. Again, though, this is about enhancing your beauty. This isn't about covering up or doing tons of makeup, making you look like a different person. It's not my style. I just want my mom to feel really confident and really beautiful and fresh. So these eyeshadows are made in Italy and they're very blendable. And I also made them without talc because that was one of your biggest requests. So that's another really beautiful thing about our eyeshadows. So you can see that it just really nicely blends, not a lot of effort. And then we're going to go back with the lightest color and just give a little bit of a highlight to the brow bone. So I normally would curl my mom's lashes, but we've gone through this multiple times about knowing that my mom's lashes are very, very thin and they are very delicate. So we don't use anything on them. We're going to go right into our Plum waterproof eyeliner. And this is really smooth. And you know what did you say to me when you started first using this eyeliner?
Oh, it was so smooth and soft. Yeah, creamy. Creamy.
And you liked it compared to what you're using before.
It didn't pull the eyelid. It just goes on really smoothly. And I really, really liked it. I still do.
Okay, turn to me. What I did with the eyeliner is I stayed very close to the lash line. I did this really beautiful wash of color. I wanted it to be really a definition for her eyes. So when I come in, just right at this base is really, really important. And then you can see I've got this beautiful line. It's not too much. Now I can go back with our smudge brush and I can really diffuse that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just building it up. I don't need too much. I would still want it to look really natural, really beautiful. And if you have more hooded eyes or you find that your eyes are drooping down here at the end, using the face tape will pull back that skin and you'll be able to do a tiny bit of a baby wing or give your eyes a different shape. That's what's so beautiful about playing around with the tape. I'm going to take this short smudge brush. I like to call it my eraser brush. So if you make any mistakes, don't worry. You can just sweep it across the lash line where you have your eyeliner. It just smooths it out. It just gives it a really nice soft look. So I just diffuse both eyes. And then what I like to do is I'm going to take underneath just a little bit. Look up. I'm going to just take, I'm almost kind of just dotting it on this outer corner. Same thing over here just to balance it out. Mom had a little remnants of her old makeup right here at the base, so we're just going to incorporate it. I'm just taking an Almay makeup remover pad and just cleaning up any of these little things that I see on the skin just to make sure that everything's perfect before we go into our color corrector. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Volume Up mascara. This actually was a very important mascara when I formulated it to really grab small lashes because my mother has these very delicate lashes and I was always on top of her about her mascara. And I'm like, did you put mascara on today? She's like, yes. And I said, well, I can't see it. So that was a real focal point for me because I wanted her to enjoy mascara and have a wand that would pick up all of the little baby lashes and so she could see them. So what I like to do when I do her makeup is I put on a couple little false lashes because it's always fun. It's always an event and you always request them, right?
Oh, yeah, I love them.
That's why love putting on a little bit of those cluster false lashes to open up the eye and still look natural. So we're just going to top her lashes off with little clusters. Very simple and easy just to put on. Actually, you did do a video of me teaching you how to put these on.
Right, yes.
You can refer back to that video. So I actually teach my mom and then she does it herself. So you can see how easy it is to do. So you can see the power of just adding a little bit of clusters. It adds more dimension to the eye, makes you look like you have more eyeliner on. These were just separated. I probably used, let me see, about 5 on each eye. Very simple. It just gives you a little bit more, especially when you have thin lashes and you want to give them a little bit of extra. You like that, don't you?
I love it.
So we're going to go in with our color corrector called Just Peachy. This is going to help with any of these blues. My mom doesn't have a lot of darkness underneath her eyes, but what I like to do is I like to just neutralize out any of this redness and this slight blue cast that I see. I'll bring it down just a little bit here. It's really up in this area here. And the Just Peachy goes on beautifully because I have moisturized the eye. I prep the skin. I prep the eye. So right in this corner here, I see that gray, that blue. I really want to get rid of that. So she has this really pretty bright-eyed look. I'm going to bring it down, go right underneath the eye here. I'm just taking the concealer brush and I'm going to just work this into the skin so it's nice and blended. I could take a little no redness, but I'm going to just take my Just Peachy and go where I see this little pigmentation of redness right here in the upper lip here. I'm going to use my creamy concealer in light. This is going to go right over my color corrector, and I'm going to just add a little bit where I see that darkness. I'm just going to take my buffing brush and I'm going to just buff this into the skin. It's going to really look like airbrushed underneath the eye area. I didn't add that much concealer. I'm going to be using our BB cream in light. This is a really wonderful, very silky, very lightweight BB cream that's going to just even out the complexion. It's not going to be weighty on the skin. It's not going to be greasy or shiny or too glowy. I created it to be that semi-matte, to be really beautiful and to kind of airbrush out the skin. I just didn't want you to feel that your skin was covered and it was super, super heavy. So what I'll do is I'll buff this with my foundation buffing brush just right around that tape. Don't worry, you can go a little bit over it. It's not going to make a big difference because once we do the hair, it's all going to come together. How does this BB cream feel on your skin? Because I know you've been using it every day since I relaunched this formula.
It feels really light. It doesn't feel heavy or, too thick or...
Do you like how your skin looks when you're wearing this compared to not wearing anything at all or a tinted moisturizer?
Yes, because it almost smooths out your skin very nicely that it doesn't look like you have makeup on, like a foundation. It's just really nice. Nice and light.
And by the way, my mom doesn't always say nice things about my products, and I use her a lot for that. She gives me real feedback, which is nice. So I always ask her because I want to know, because the whole purpose is to have the skin as we're aging feel amazing, but also look incredible and not feel like you're covering up or someone's going to see like, oh my gosh, do I have a lot of makeup on? Or I think we just want to feel a little bit more free from makeup as we're aging. I'm going to use a little Nikita banana just to set the BB cream on the skin. I'm using my powder brush. I'm going to pick up just a little bit right underneath the eyes and in this like T-zone area. So this is the fun part. We're going to add color to the skin. So everything now is neutralized. It's beautiful, even toned. And I'm going to take St. Bart's, it's a cream blush. It's very silky on the skin also. So I'm going to just take it a little bit higher on her cheekbone here. And then we'll work it in with the fingers, which is really nice. You can blend this. You can add more if you feel like, oh, you know what? I need a little bit more. You just want to add some beautiful color in the skin. If you want to bring it down a little bit more, you can do that. I'm going to take our waterproof lip liner in Rosé All Day. This is going to really complement the look. I'm going to just do her lips like I normally would. I'm not overlining. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit, cheating, so I'm not going out too wide. So I have two options I can do for a lipstick to give you this option with Rosé All Day. Pretty Smart, or actually I can. Gorgeous, mix them together, use them alone. Or we're just going to keep it very simple today, Cocoa 13. It's actually one of my mom's favorites. So we're just going to gloss her lips. So you can see how fresh and how alive her skin comes with a very beautiful glossy lip. Now it's not heavy, sticky, goopy. It is more of a opaque. It's not going to be super sheer. So we are pulling the color together and we just have a couple more steps to do. I'm using my Creme Brulee Hybrid Bronzer. You can see how fair my mom is. It's cut with this cream, so it is going to be really beautiful on the skin. It has shea butter in it, so it's going to just really illuminate the skin, but give her some warmth just around the face area here. This looks so beautiful, kind of like where the sun would hit you. I'm down here on the jawline, on the other side. So we have Creme Brulee on. We're going to take out the rest of the Velcro curlers. I'm just using one of my favorite hairsprays, which is Orbe, and this is called Super Fine Hairspray. So it's not going to be heavy, especially when you have finer hair like my mother. You don't want something that's going to really be too heavy or too crispy on the hair. I'm going to end the makeup with a rose water spritz, just a little hydration for the face. So we just completed a really beautiful, fresh makeup look for your 70s. And this is just really utilizing a lighter palette for the eyes, neutralizing out the skin, adding some color in, and just a really fresh lip. I love having that glossy lip and just really looking beautiful. And I think the face tape is going to be a very big dramatic difference for you ladies because it's going to give you a different perspective on what you can do with your face. You can change your face shape. They've been doing it in Hollywood for years, decades. And I'm going to show you how you look. So we don't have our larger mirror right now. So we're going to look in this mirror and see what you think about your new look.
Oh, wow. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love all the colors.
Do you feel a difference with the tape though, with changing your face? Just tweaking it a little.
Very subtle. Very subtle. But yeah, definitely. It's nice. I really like it. Really do.
Do you feel more confident?
Well, I feel like I look a lot like a different person, really. I like the look. I think it's very pretty. Thank you.
Do you feel that your face is tight, or do you feel that this could be something you could wear, like if you were going to a luncheon or?
Oh, yeah. No, I think initially you feel a little tightness, but you get over that within about 10 minutes. It's not uncomfortable. It feels good, but then you just forget about it. So I think it's wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, I'm so happy to have you back.
I'm happy to be here.
And you shared your beauty with everyone. And we are now in full swing with Fierce Aging.
Good.
All right, ladies. And so until my next video, I'll see you later.